I don't know about you guys, but my tummies are going. You guys, for psych, what are we doing? We're taking a yearbook photo? What's that?
I like these two over here. The ones that are obviously left out of the group.
Constellation kid. Anybody? Anybody out there?
Hey, what's up?
What's happening, you guys? Very excited to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Now, how many of you guys have already been to see Twisted? So that is what's happening now, right?
Yeah. We opened up Twisted on July 4th. It runs through next weekend. So we have 2 more performances this weekend, and then we have 5 performances next weekend.
Wow. Now, this is the story of Aladdin, but told from the point of view of Jafar, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we get to know the bad guy, and I guess it changes the idea that everything's black and white, right? People aren't just good and bad; they do bad for a reason.
What do you think?
Aladdin is just bad.
He's a terrible person.
Wearing fucking shitty pants.
Yeah. Steal shit to get a girl. Fuck you.
Now, you guys are all from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Most of you. One other
That guy likes blue. Everyone, we got lots of Starkid fans here, but they fucking hate University. That's why no one cheered.
So when you began the first musical, the Starkid, that was a Harry Potter musical. Was that the first one?
Yeah.
And you guys just blew up, right?
Yeah, we exploded.
Did you expect that sort of reception?
No, we put it online so that our friends and family could see it.
Sure.
And then it was right when that 6th Harry Potter movie was coming out, and it got a lot of attention. We had some friends involved in the Harry Potter fan community, and got some put it up on those Harry Potter fan sites, and yeah, so we took off from there. I don't know. How did you guys find it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
How the hell do you guys know about these people?
Yeah.
Somebody stand up.
YouTube, Reddit.
I have a feeling it was the internet.
Yeah, people were searching for the new Harry Potter.
Sure, everybody's already Googling Harry Potter.
For years, people were Googling Harry Potter musical and just going, fuck.
Somebody's got to do it.
And then one day it happened. It just popped. It was just over 4 years ago.
Wow. And since then, you've done 2 other Harry Potter musicals, right?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
it's a trilogy.
Yep.
Are you planning on doing any more? Has it ended?
We've got 7 more. We're actually going to reboot the series and just do a musical for each film. But it's going to be dark, gritty Harry Potter.
Darker, grittier,
Yeah.
realistic looking.
Yeah.
World
And
wizards.
Harry Potter's got a new suit and a different attitude.
What's going to happen when he's
Nobody carries wands, they just buy guns.
Right.
I'd see it.
Thank you.
And a lot of other people too, apparently. Now, tell me about me and my dick. I don't mean me and my dick. Right? We're all well acquainted.
You asked me that backstage. I told you exactly what I thought.
It was cold.
I thought it was weird.
Okay.
I thought it looked differently than other penises.
In my defense, I was holding a bonsai tree.
That's true. You were reenacting a scene from Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
We have the video.
We went where Mr. Miyagi shows Daniel's on his penis.
Yeah. Wax on.
Wax on, wax off.
No mercy.
No mercy.
Sorry, Starkid, what were you saying?
That's fun. Funnily enough, that's the normal response we get to me and my dick. So.
People love your dick.
Yeah.
So what exactly is the show about? I just do this dick.
It started because one of our friends had
erectile problems, and he said, "Man, if I could just talk to my dick, I'd have something to say to him." Yeah, that was pretty much it. And then that was the basis of the show. Like a guy has a problem, and at one point, this is a plot point in the show for those of you that have seen it. But this was like the crux of it. Yeah.
It's weird to say a spoiler alert for me and my dick. I don't know.
Yeah. It's also weird to say that's the climax of the show.
So is it like,
People in the front row have to treat it like a Gallagher show.
yeah.
Pop shows.
We plan to reunite it with the song "It's Raining Fun."
Good. I don't want royalties. I just want a brief credit.
How about front row seats?
Front row seats, good. I just want to be covered in jism.
I say one of the characters in Latin.
Oh, jism.
Let's keep going.
Well, I can tell you, I can come pretty Jafar.
So what's next? You guys are about to close. What is next for you guys?
Well, this is the last one.
Now you're breaking up. It's over.
We quit. Yeah. We're gonna ask YouTube to shut it on down. All of YouTube.
Yeah, sure.
You're just gonna get 9 to 5s.
I don't get what YouTube would be without the Starkid. I think we did a collaboration show where we did a show at one of the Second City theaters. So I think we'll.
Over and up.
Yeah, we did show it up called Airport Birds. I think we'll try and do something like that again this fall. We never know. We never have a good idea of what the future will be. So, does anybody have anything that they have planned?
I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan has an album that will be. And this guy are going to be in a production later this summer. Yes.
Oh yeah, this area. This area.
Are you shitting me? That's one of the best plays ever.
It's a good play.
Fantastic.
It's a good place.
Stage 7, September.
Just down the street. And it takes place in purgatory in a courtroom. And Judas is being put on trial.
Well, I mean, stage 773 isn't that bad.
No, it's great. It's right down there.
Take that, Brian Posen.
Oh, shit.
Got it.
Very weird inside joke that too many people got.
What? It's ready.
Brian's gonna shit.
Oh, man. It's going to be weird on stage. So, you know what? Speaking of the future, we actually have something planned. We actually have a few musicals that we'd like to pitch for you guys to maybe consider down the line. How's that sound? So, if we can kind of part this Red Sea Moses style.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here? So, we've got 3 different characters we're going to bring out. And much like what you guys are doing with Twisted, these are characters that appear in other stories, but they're not the main character. And we're going to pitch for you guys some ideas for some stories that kind of grab a classic tale and look at it from somebody else's point of view. And actually, let's go ahead and bring out our first guest. Woo! That's right, folks. I think we all saw the movie The Ring. This is Samara Morgan, the little girl from the well, in The Ring. Woo! Hey, Samara, how are you?
Hi, Jamie.
Hey, creep the fuck out.
I am not.
Touching. So, I saw The Ring. Now, I just wonder, what else happens with your story? We see the video in The Ring, and we see people die.
Yeah.
But what's your story?
Well, I do like to hurt people, and I'm sorry about that. But
Sure.
I'm just a little girl. I'm misunderstood, I just want you guys to see my video. And then I'm just going to give you a call. And
piece from the musical. And by the way, throughout, we'd love to hear what you guys think, and feel free to chime in if you got any questions for any of these guys. Because these guys are just doing a pitch for you. But do you guys want to see a little snippet of...
Jamie, let me just set the mood for you guys.
Oh, God, set it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Set it, man.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna start out. You'll really like it. It's gonna start out with you'll be home alone. It'll be dark.
I expect you to sound darker, by the way.
I'm a little girl.
You sound very. You don't sound like a little girl. You just sound like a normal female person.
I'm not. You're gonna be home alone, and it's gonna be dark, and your TV's gonna.
Can we bring the lights down a little bit? So we can set it being dark? Ooh, a little bit more. Right there.
And then your TV's gonna come on. Okay? Out of nowhere.
And it's going to be an episode of Dexter.
And I'm gonna come out. Start the music. You take 7 days to die in a well, wishing and thinking of ways to send you guys to hell. We could be the best of friends.
All right.
Maybe even necromance. I can guarantee you one thing.
What's that?
You're gonna shit your pants. And then we'll dance.
Anything that makes you shit your pants is pretty great A in our book.
You're going to want to have disposable seats in the audience.
Great.
All right, so Eric.
Thank you. You're hired. Take a seat.
I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite stories of films of all time is The Big Lebowski. And our next character is going to tell some of that story. But from the point of view, we're going to learn all about one of the nihilists from The Big Lebowski.
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. How are you?
So you guys are nihilists. That means you believe in nothing? All right, you got to...
What would your musical be about?
It's not about nothing. That's what you're.
That would be your
Starkid. This is the kidnapping or the kidnapping ruse of Buddy Lebowski.
Oh, yeah.
The
They
knife.
kidnapped
Oh,
us.
so it's from your point of view.
Sure.
Yes, yes.
Do we see any scenes from Log Jamming?
Actually, you do.
You do.
Mostly the behind the scenes kind of.
Behind the behind. All right.
Press services. is what I mean.
Yes.
In every musical, characters, there's always main characters, which in this musical are Nihilists, always have sort of like an I want song. So what is like what would your I want song be about?
We want some money. We want some money.
Nice.
You want money.
Oh, we're not talking here. House of Johnson.
You're going to cut off somebody's dick. Is that a scene?
Yes.
So far, we got folks shitting their pants and dicks getting cut off. I think we're really hitting the mark.
Yeah. This is like 80% of Starkid humor.
So you believe in nothing. So how do you feel about Christmas?
No, we're Germans. We don't celebrate.
That's not true.
Does not celebrate Christmas.
It celebrates the fuck out of
Last year we
Christmas.
don't celebrate Christmas.
Okay, what about your
Thinking of
birthday?
Israel, maybe.
What are you looking forward to on your birthday?
It's not sitting around in our apartments reading magazines about car manufacturers.
All right. Now, do you guys? We just saw a little snippet from the musical from the little girl from The Ring. Do you guys tell me about the music in your musical?
It's actually going to be no music.
There's no music.
That makes sense.
There's going to be extended silences.
Except as the Act 1
And
comes
so
up.
on.
Oh,
that's good.
and it's quite literally a showstopper.
It's not sweet.
It's us three and then our girlfriend.
She's not here tonight?
No.
No, just the one. We cut off our toe.
You cut off her toe on the show?
We're not legally.
You don't literally cut off, that would be shitty.
So do you guys like piss or shit your pants or anything like during the show? This is my bathroom usually.
Depending on what kind of headspace we need to be in.
Yeah, no. I mean, I meant like as a part of the play, like for like humor.
Oh, not just in their regular life.
Right. No.
It's something we moved past in German performance art years ago.
That's round.
So a musical that's not about nothing, with no music.
Yes.
Pretty awesome. You guys give it up for the night.
All right.
And finally, we got one more, you guys. Pretty excited about. I think we've all seen the classic movie that won Kevin Spacey an Oscar, American Beauty. You guys remember that classic film? Well, put your hands together for American Beauty for the most beautiful thing, the bag.
Isn't it beautiful?
I'm the bag from American Beauty. How's it going? My name's Jeff. Hey, Jamie. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm really happy to be here. It's awesome.
Isn't it beautiful, Jamie?
Sure is. I'm getting a good video.
Definitely something I can't stop staring at.
Wow. Tell me, what's your story about?
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, all right.
I got distracted.
All right. So my story, all right? That's all right. Sometimes the breeze just goes away. It's cool. All right. So my story, all right?
Yeah.
There's a bag named Jeff.
Bag named Jeff, yeah, we got that covered.
He's traveling around with a group of wayward bags and they get caught up in a windstorm.
How do bags become wayward?
Hey, my story. They get caught up in a windstorm and they get dragged all around the country in parking lots. And they have to find their way home. And it's called Bag Mano.
You got some questions about this story of the bag? We're all thinking about it.
I don't know if it could be a Starkid show, but it could definitely be a Pixar show.
Oh! Just give me a chance!
Yeah, that worked. I know we will give you a chance. Give us a little snippet.
All right.
Musical number from the show.
All right? I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it for night and day. I spread my wings and I fly away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff the Bag!
You know, I feel like with that particular character, it's like those puppet shows that aren't fooling anybody with the guys in black, you know. Doing that. You're not fooling anybody. You see you there.
You know what's funny though? Is I watched American Beauty, and I never noticed the guy in the black suit.
So you were too fixated on
Nina Savari.
Nina Savari? Well, I thought, what was the other one whose dad was crazy?
Laura Birch?
Yeah, Thor Birch.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
So you guys, what advice would you give people that want to start something up? And they're like, I can't create something on my own. You know, what would you tell these young kids if they want to create something on their own? They've got an idea. How do you start? How does this happen?
I'd like to point out that somebody in the audience just said, go viral.
Yeah.
Wear a condom, kid.
Yeah. So here's what I would really say is just do it, whatever it is, just do it. Just
We're sponsored by Nike.
Yeah. What a great slogan.
But don't wait for somebody else to give you an opportunity to make your own.
Make your own thing because it's like you can basically fuck up a ton of times and no one has to know about it.
If you just do a good job one time, then you're set.
Tell me about a fuck up that nobody knows about.
They don't know about it for a reason.
We had a lot of bad things that we tried to do. There was one that was a horror movie. It was kind of like The Ring because we actually really loved Japanese horror movies. And we just tried really hard one summer to write a script, and we just wrote about like 5 pages, and then we said, "This is hard." And we spent a month doing that. A lot of things, you know.
Even things after Starkid has started. We've had different projects that we've started and stuff like. I remember there being times where we would all say, all right, this is the next show. And it's like basically fill in the blank. It was a number of different...
When do you know to pull the plug on something and move on to something else?
That's a good question. I have a play that I've got 3 scenes of.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 years. 2 years. It's, what's 3 divided by 2? Anyway, the point is that's not the rate of progress I've made. And I'm still getting encouragement from my friends, which is the most horrible thing I can do. Because I feel an expectation to finish this terrible fucking play.
I think that don't ever like it's like maybe don't throw in the towel on something. Maybe just put it on a shelf and be like that has to be something different. Nick, I know that Quicksand Jack is something that you and your brother and your sisters are making into a comic.
What is Quicksand Jack?
Quicksand Jack is a supernatural cowboy story that is going to be a graphic novel that we're going to release later this year.
That sounds awesome, like a superhero cowboy?
Yeah.
What's the time period?
It's sort of set vaguely during the Civil War, because in it they sort of talk about the war in the East. I'm a big history fan, and I really like Civil War time America, and
I think you got some cotton out of this.
So it's sort of about this. It's about a mining town that is pretty much haunted. Like the mines are haunted, but you don't know exactly why they're haunted or what is haunting them. And then basically it's a basic sort of Western story where Quicksand Jack, who also has some sort of supernatural powers that you don't know why, shows up in the town and has to solve the mystery, fight an evil syndicate that is protecting the mine for some reason. And I'm giving away a lot of this.
I think the point is that it's gone through a lot of different things. At one point, you guys were developing this to be one of the next Starkid.
Yeah, at one point we tried to make it a musical, which it didn't work. It was really bad when we were talking about it.
So instead of just saying, fuck it doesn't work, you said, well, maybe it'll work in a different venue, a different avenue,
Yeah.
a different medium. Yeah, nice. And what do all of these people that travel so far, because you guys have a huge fan base, what does that mean to you? How does that make things different when you know you got this great group of people?
Oh, wait, they're here for Starkid?
I don't know. Are you?
I thought they were here for me. I'll be selling t-shirts out in the lobby.
This white t-shirt.
Stolen t-shirts.
Because I imagine this has kind of changed your life, right?
Yeah. Anyone else answer this question except for me and Nick?
Because they fucking hate me. Great.
We don't appreciate the fans, and we don't care for them.
That's the way to do it.
What's it like for you? Because you're one of the show writers, and also Joe, you as well. Did it influence your writing at all, knowing that you were going to write it for this sort of fan base?
For which show?
For Batman.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, literally, you guys showed me the script, and it was like, oh, this is a Technicolor cartoon. Like, this reminds me of being 6 years old in 1985, and I'm going to write that kind of music. I'm going to write 400 cross with Devo, cross with...
He wrote the music for a Holy Musical Batman, by the way.
Well, you guys have been fantastic. Anything else you want to mention or say to these guys before we go? We're kind of running out of time.
Totally. Yeah, just thank you for coming.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, put your hands together. Team Starkid.
All right.